You walk into your doctor's office feeling perfectly fine. You undergo your annual physical, and the nurse hands you a sheet of paper. You look down at the numbers, and everything seems to be in the normal range. Your total cholesterol is acceptable, your LDL is within the margins, and your HDL is decent. You go home relieved, thinking you have dodged a bullet of heart disease for another year. But here's the terrifying truth that nobody is telling you. That piece of paper is a trap. You could be walking around with perfectly normal-looking cholesterol levels while your arteries are slowly clogging up, setting the stage for a cardiac event that could happen tomorrow, next month, or next year. Before we dive into the one marker that actually matters, take a quick second to hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you never miss a life-saving update from this channel. If you have ever received a clean bill of health only to feel exhausted and sluggish a week later, leave a comment below with the word energy, so I know who is ready to take control of their longevity today. My name is Dr. Harrison Blake, and for the past 15 years, I have walked alongside thousands of patients who are just like you, searching for the truth behind why they feel tired, anxious, and worried about their future health. My goal every single day is to strip away the confusion of modern medicine and provide you with actionable, science-backed strategies to reclaim your vitality. I have spent a decade and a half studying mechanics of the human heart, and if there's one thing I have learned, it is that the standard cholesterol panel is outdated. It is a relic of the past that fails to account for the most important risk factor hiding in your blood. If you want to understand why your current lab results might be giving you a false sense of security, you need to pay close attention. Because what I am about to share is the missing piece of the puzzle that could literally save your life. Let's talk about the silent enemy. Most people obsess over their total cholesterol, but that number is essentially useless. It is a crude measurement that tells us almost nothing about the actual structure of the particles circulating in your bloodstream. Imagine your arteries are a highway. You aren't just worried about how many cars are on the road. You are worried about the size of the trucks. If you have millions of tiny, dense particles, they are much more likely to burrow into the walls of your arteries, cause inflammation, and form a plaque that leads to heart disease. The standard test doesn't count the trucks. It just counts the total traffic. This is why you can have a normal-looking report while your internal biology is trending toward a dangerous cliff. The one marker that truly predicts heart disease much earlier than your standard cholesterol is apolipoprotein B, or ApoB for short. Think of ApoB as the master key to understanding your risk. Every single bad cholesterol particle that is capable of building plaque in your arteries contains exactly one molecule of ApoB. If you have high levels of ApoB, it means you have a high concentration of plaque-building particles, regardless of what your LDL cholesterol number says. Many of my patients come to me confused because their LDL is perfectly fine, yet their ApoB is sky high. This is the definition of a silent risk. When your ApoB is elevated, your body is effectively being primed for arterial damage. It is like having a slow leak in your pipes that you cannot see until floorboards start to rot. By the time you notice the symptoms, the damage has been accumulating for years. This is why we need to change how we think about heart health. We have to stop looking at the total volume and start looking at the individual particle count. But why does this happen? Why do some people develop these dangerous particles even when they think they are eating healthy? It often comes down to metabolic health, specifically the relationship between your triglycerides and your HDL. If your triglycerides are high and your HDL is low, you're almost certainly producing more of these small, dense, dangerous particles. This combination is a classic sign of metabolic dysfunction. Even if your doctor isn't ordering an ApoB test, they will usually order a standard lipid panel. If you take your triglycerides and divide them by your HDL, you get a ratio. If that ratio is above 2, you are likely insulin resistant, and your liver is pumping out exactly the kind of particles that will contribute to plaque buildup. This is a simple calculation you can do right now with your existing lab results. If that number is high, you need to stop ignoring it and start taking action before the damage becomes irreversible. The environment you create inside your own body is the primary driver of this particle density. When you consistently consume processed carbohydrates, added sugars, and excessive refined fats, you're putting your liver into a state of hypersecretion. Your body begins to package fat in a way that is highly inflammatory. Over time, these small, dense particles circulate in your blood, bumping into your artery walls and triggering an immune response. Your body tries to fix the damage, but in the process, it creates a layer of hardened plaque. If you've been living a sedentary lifestyle, your body is even less efficient at processing these fats, which only accelerates the process. It is not just about genetics. It is about how you fuel your machine every single day. The fatigue you feel, the brain fog that hits you in the afternoon, and the lingering anxiety are often symptoms of this underlying metabolic stress. I have seen patients turn this around in as little as 3 months. It is not about starvation or extreme measures that leave you feeling miserable. It is about understanding the science of your own biology. When you reduce your intake of refined sugars, you lower your insulin levels. When your insulin levels drop, your liver stops producing those small, dense particles, and your ApoB levels begin to normalize. It is elegant, it is simple, and it is entirely within your control. You don't have to be a victim of your lab results. You can be the architect of your own health. The key is consistency and focus on the markers that actually predict the future, rather than the ones that just describe the present. Let's talk about how to optimize your results starting today. First, stop focusing on total cholesterol. It is a distraction that keeps you from seeing the real problem. Second, ask your doctor for an ApoB test at your next checkup. It is a widely available test, and it is inexpensive. If your doctor resists, explain that you want a more accurate picture of your cardiovascular risk based on particle count. Third, keep a constant eye on that triglyceride to HDL ratio. If it is trending in the wrong direction, you need to adjust your diet immediately. Focus on whole foods, fiber-rich vegetables, and healthy fats that support metabolic flexibility. Move your body in ways that challenge your heart, even if it is just a brisk 30-minute walk every single day. Movement is one of the most powerful tools you have to clear out those dangerous particles and improve the quality of your blood. I want you to imagine yourself 1 year from now. You have taken control of your markers. Your energy is up, you feel sharp and focused, and you have the peace of mind that comes from knowing you are actually protected against the silent killer that claims the lives of millions. That is the power of being proactive. Most people are reactive. They wait for a diagnosis. They wait for a crisis, and then they scramble for a solution. You are different. You are here because you want to be ahead of the curve. You want the truth, and you are willing to do the work to ensure your longevity. This is the difference between surviving and truly thriving. As we wrap up today's deep dive, I want to remind you that your health is the most valuable asset you possess. Everything you do, every choice you make, either builds your future or erodes it. The science is clear and the path forward is visible. If you found this information valuable, please make sure to share it with someone you care about, a friend, a family member, or a colleague who might be relying on that same outdated cholesterol report could save their life because you decided to share this video. It only takes one person to start a chain reaction of positive change. If you have questions about how to interpret your specific numbers, leave them in the comment section below. I read as many as I can, and I often use those questions to shape our next topics. I want this channel to be a resource that you can trust, a place where you can find honest guidance in a sea of confusing, conflicting, and often dangerous health advice. Remember, you have 15 years of my clinical experience at your fingertips. We are going to continue to break down the barriers to your health, one marker at a time. The information is out there, and now that you have it, you have the responsibility to use it. Don't wait for your next physical to look at those numbers with a new perspective. Start evaluating your metabolic health today. Look at your ratios and consider the importance of ApoB in your overall picture. Your journey toward better health isn't a race. It is a consistent daily commitment to excellence. It is about showing up for yourself, even on the days when you don't feel like it. It is about choosing the apple over the processed snack, the walk over the couch, and the truth over a convenient lie. I am proud of you for being here, for asking the hard questions, and for taking the steps necessary to secure your future. We are building a community of empowered individuals who refuse to settle for average health. We are setting a new standard. Before you go, if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. It is the best way to stay updated with the latest research and the most practical, science-based health strategies available. Join the thousands of others who have decided that their vitality is worth fighting for. Click that button turn on the notifications, and let's keep this momentum going. You have the tools, you have the knowledge, and you have the time to make a difference. The only thing left is the action. What is one habit you're going to change starting today to lower your metabolic risk? Is it cutting out that late-night sugar? Is it adding in that daily walk? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear from you. Thank you for trusting me with your time today. I know how precious it is, and I take the responsibility of guiding you toward better health very seriously. We have covered a lot of ground, from the limitations of the standard lipid panel to the life-saving potential of the ApoB test, and the importance of monitoring your metabolic ratios. You now have a clearer understanding of how your heart health actually works and how you can take meaningful, measurable steps to protect it. Stay consistent, stay curious, and keep pushing for the best version of yourself. I will see you in the next video, where we will dive even deeper into the secrets of longevity and how you can live a life of high energy, zero anxiety, and total physical clarity. Until then, take care of your heart, because it is the only one you have got, and it deserves the very best care you can provide. Keep going, keep learning, and keep growing, because your future self is going to thank you for every single effort you make today. This is Dr. Harrison Blake, signing off.